Nobody sees what you do for them. They only see what you don't do for them. Hey there, how's it going? Thanks for joining us for our special weekend edition of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Still continuing to make some sideways movement. I mean, the further we keep moving sideways, the more I keep getting this itch that I am having trouble not scratching, with the feeling that I got to keep picking up this cryptocurrency at these prices. I definitely have the feeling that the market's going to be changing to the upside. I'm not here for financial advice. I'm just telling you, what the crazy guy out in the middle of the woods who rants on the internet about digital currencies and how we all need to be getting involved with them, who's actually willing to put feet to ground out there at different points to be able to spread the word of Bitcoin. But you know what else we got going on today? That's a real special treat, considering that we didn't have her here yesterday, and it definitely threw me off my game. I have to apologize for yesterday's horrible show. I even forgot to plug in the internet wire, and the video was pretty choppy. So please, forgive me. But as always, I'm trying to be out here and, stay up to date with the cryptocurrency news and continue this community of, getting out there and trying to help adoption of Bitcoin. But we got Samantha over there in the chat.
Good evening, everyone.
So how are you this evening, Samantha?
I'm okay. I had today off. It was nice.
But once again, this is why we're going to be changing up some things around here at Bitcoin and Coffee. Samantha's going to be trying to find some new employment as we move forward. So we have a little bit of uncertainty on the post side of the Electric Daisy Carnival here, which will be happening November 9th and 10th. I can't ask you guys enough to be able to hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, share out some tweets or something, be able to help us, spread the word that we're going to be out there spreading the word of Bitcoin at the Electric Daisy Carnival here in Orlando at Tinker Field. It's going to be the 9th and 10th. I can't appreciate how much you guys have done to be able to help fundraise this, to be able to get the grassroots movement going. We're going to talk more about this later on in the show, but I mean, it's kind of a big deal of what we're going to be doing. We're getting really excited as the time moves closer. But as we continue to move on here, this is going to be the weekend edition. We're going to answer some live Q&A from the chat. And right now, we're going to go ahead and pull up that screen share, if you don't mind, Samantha. And while she's pulling that up, we had a critic on here yesterday, and it's the same exact thing that I keep telling everybody. I use CoinMarketCap because when you go type in cryptocurrency at Google, the first place they try to take you to is CoinMarketCap. I do realize that there are other places that you can use out here. So, hey, why not actually take a look at a different one today? Let's look at Paprika.
Coin Paprika. Interesting.
Yes, they go ahead and they divide some of these cryptocurrencies up into a few different sections here for you. You can see they got the coins, they got ICOs, they got exchanges. You can do the overall market. But as we look here, we can see that we got the price of Bitcoin at $6,368. Pretty much this is the only thing that really matters when it comes down to it. What does it matter how you look at all of these other different altcoins, unless you're out there trading? And if you're out there trading, you're going to need a lot more advice than what I'm giving you, that's for sure. As you can see, the price of Bitcoin over the last 24 hours, no real movement. It's down a little bit over 1/3%, down 0.35. We got Ethereum coming in at $199, so still teetering at $200. That's down 0.63, so no real movement there either. And this is what we've been continuing to see across the cryptocurrency market. As you can see there, we got XRapid at 45.4 cents. That's down a full percent. We did have some movement out of Bitcoin Cash. We're going to talk about that here in just a few moments as we continue on to talk about the news and all of that, to try to spice up the conversation in the chat a bit. We got Bitcoin Cash. It looks like they're up 3.5% at the moment. I mean, overall, it was a 10% jump that we were looking at. We got EOS coming in at $5.29. That's down 1.2%. Not that bad of a loss there, though, because, I consider 5% standard day trading when it comes to cryptocurrency. Even though 5%, I mean, that would have the newspapers going wild at this point in time. We got Stellars coming in at 23.7 cents. That's up 1.28. So not a bad jump there, considering the markets have been flat. Litecoin on the other side at $50, banging on 51. That's down 0.6%. And we got Cardano at 7.1 cents. That's down 1.8%. Oh, Tether, real close to that dollar, 99.7 cents. So there we go. I guess all that news about them getting, hooked up with that bank, Samantha,
Yeah.
and, that they're solvent once again, or at least that they're putting up a letter with a squiggle signature mark on it that is very indecipherable of who signed it. All right, let's move down here and see what we got going on with Steam. I think this list is still the same. There we go.
Yep.
79.1 cents. That's down 1.6% in the last 24 hours. So, ouch. Still sliding backwards. But I guess, like I said, I do appreciate this being a great opportunity. If you guys come on over to DTube or Steam and you upvote my post there, it gives me the opportunity to be able to collect this stuff on the cheap. We've seen Steam get up there. I mean, 5, 6, 7. I think, was it 8 at an all-time high? I mean, you'd have to correct me on this, exactly what it was. All right, let's see. What do we got going on with, a little different here. Steam, back $1. Super Bitcoin, 97.8 cents, down 1% there. Still telling us that these altcoins are a little undervalued. So, hey, if you're using this as a metrics, it tells you to go ahead and still be continuing to collect these on the cheap, waiting for that next pump to come along. It's just shake a magic 8 ball on when this pump is coming. I think I even had some naysayer from the BitMix, one of the CEOs, calling out for a $2,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous as far as I was concerned. I mean, I couldn't see the price of Bitcoin ever dropping down to $2,000 again. We definitely see a lot of our next support level at like 5,800. When we get down there, it seems like everybody just scoops these things up like, hotcakes, I guess. All right. So here we are looking at the Bitcoin price, $6,346. Look at that Mare multiple, 0.89. I mean, on average, you can see that the Mare multiple is, 4.72. So historically, the Mare multiple has been higher 72% of the time than it is today. This is just another one of those indicators telling us that cryptocurrency is moving along. I mean, the future has changed since the adoption of Bitcoin over 10 years ago. That's another one of our things we're going to be talking about today. And, the naysayers are going to naysay, and we're in the bear market and the prices are lower. But I mean, as long as you're out here and you keep your head to the grindstone, it's going to pay off in the end. I mean, the adoption of this Bitcoin stuff and this digital peer-to-peer and uncensorable money it's more than just making pockets fat. There's more to it than just that, and that's part of why I'm out here as well. All right, Samantha, let's go ahead and stop the screen share. Let's pull this back out so we can see what we're doing here. And pull up the chat so you can see what we got going on. See if anybody's out here joining us this evening, or if I'm out here doing that thing where I talk about this magical internet money and how we all need to trade our fiat cash for it and hodl it hard into the future and, go out there and put feet to the ground and tell people about it.
Paul Rouleau is here.
Paul Rouleau, and you say that people don't say you're stable. I mean, you're as stable as it comes to getting out here and supporting the channel. I mean, I wish there was super moderator position because I'd give it to you, my man.
Super wrench.
Super wrench. He gets the hammer too, like it's
right?
The wrench and the hammer.
It's the toolbox. Yes. He says good evening, and that coin paprika is what he uses daily.
Nice. Everyone, that's why I say controversial, or I started adding to say the word controversial when I say coin market cap. Like I tell you guys, we're all here in the space. We all know the same thing. When it comes right down to it, there's no real reason for you guys to truly want to listen to me and, I don't know, hear me repeat the same news that you guys probably already read the article or had emailed to you guys too. And as far as my 2 cents are probably the same as your 2 cents, or you are on the opposite side of my 2 cents. And all of our 2 cents are the same exact thing that everyone's arguing about on Reddit. So, I mean, it's not like we're adding new, logs to the fire here. It's the same old logs burning. It's that, I'm out here trying to promote cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. It's that you guys are here to help support the channel because what the channel is doing. It's because you guys are here to be able to be the moderators in the chat so that I have somebody to lean on to when we actually do get new people. And like they say, you know, that all these blockchains is good, that, you know, the prices are down because they're actually working hard right now developing their code. Well, we're working hard here too at Bitcoin and Coffee, trying to lay some of our foundation to be able to start onboarding some of these people. You know, we're not ready for it at all. When we started off this channel, I started up the help desk. Sometimes I got overwhelmed and it took me 3 days to get back to people. And, you know, I probably lost people that slipped through the cracks, and, you know, I didn't market the channel as best as I probably could. And I was very lazy about the thumbnails, and people critiqued me for a long time till I finally gave up and started, you know, getting into some video editing and working hard here. But when you actually believe in something, you know, it seems like I am getting older. You start do these things. And it's like when you believe in something, you know, you got to get out there and you got to give your all to it. So I'm starting to try to give more and more of myself over to this cryptocurrency and Bitcoin stuff, because it's going to change the future. I know it. And what else am I doing? I mean, and I've noticed that I've gotten my family into it, and it seems to make them happy. And Samantha's ecstatic about this EDC trip. So, I mean, she's, you know, I mean, if we can both be happy over it, and our son going to be 18, he's going to take off to college and do his own thing, why not? You know, it seems like it could be a good future for the both of us if we continue going down this way. Modern day hippies of the cryptocurrency, right? They can't see you shake your head, Samantha.
Yes.
All right. So what do we got going on with the news? Well, everyone's talking about Bitcoin Cash. You know, it jumped 10%, considering how the market's been moving sideways for so long now. Any kind of movement, it stirs the pot. It gets people talking. And why is this happening? Well, I mean, they got the hard fork coming up. We had heard about the hard fork a little ways back. It seemed like it kind of died off in the news, and we weren't really hearing too much about it. Well, now we're looking at dates and times, and, you know, we got Ledger and Binance. So we got the biggest hardware wallet and the biggest exchange coming out with their stance on it. And since they're pretty much saying they're going to support both sides of this fork, which is going to be the Craig Wright side and the ABC side, better known for Bitmain, or, you know, the Bitcoin Cash we're dealing with now.
Yes.
I guess people are jumping on board. They're getting it. You know, they're going to go ahead and let Binance split it for them or whatever. Usually it seems like out of these forks, you can expect the other cryptocurrency to be worth about 10%, you know, at the beginning of the fork. So it's, you know, the gamble of, you know, are you jumping in now kind of late at the end of the pump and taking it at 10%, hoping that when it forks, you're going to get more than 10% out of it? Or were you one of the people that were pretty smart and you know, jumped in the beginning because you know that when it goes in forks, that the fork will be worth at least 10% of what the original coin is? So, I mean, that's standard trading stuff that a lot of people have been assuming when it comes to forks and cryptocurrencies. So I think that's pretty much why we're seeing this. So, you know, we'll have to look forward to November 15th at about 4:40 UCT time, or UTC time, which is at Universal. I don't know what that would be here.
Yes.
I think it's like 8 or 5 hours difference than us.
Oh, I have no clue.
I don't know.
Like 0.
It always confuses me too.
I can read military time, okay? I can subtract 12. Yes. That's all I got going for me. I don't know any time zones really at all. Oh, Paul Rulo says that he highly values your insights.
Well, thank you, my man.
And
I don't know. I try. I've been here for a while, and I can say I got suckered, you know, a little bit in the beginning, but since then I have definitely toughened my defenses. And if my defenses are tough enough for me to help some other people to get behind my walls, and I can protect them from some of these scams that are out here in the cryptocurrency market, you know, I'm sure to put up my defenses for them as well. I mean, that's the worst, you know.
Norm Bolduc.
Somebody
we'll
new?
go with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Thank you for joining us this evening.
He says, do you think sideways price action will remain for November and December?
I personally do. I've been saying that I think that we're not going to see any price action until the beginning of 2019, maybe is, you know, February even. You know, but it is a shake a magic 8-ball kind of situation to determine this stuff. I don't know what the catalyst is to set it off. You know, I definitely just feel like, you know, the longer we do move sideways, the bigger this pump is going to be. You know, it may not be just one pump overnight. It may just be the beginning of a up and down period or whatever. But it's coming. I mean, the fundamentals have not gotten any better than what they are today. The Lightning Network is getting more and more development. I mean, we just crossed over 10 years with Bitcoin, And I mean, we have so many reasons that we can say the world has changed due to Bitcoin and the blockchain technology that's been brought forth by it. It's undeniable at this point that Bitcoin is going to be doing things for the future. And with the halvening around the corner and getting factored in early, because that's how cryptocurrencies work, you know that you're going to see some of this price increase fluctuation coming in 2019. And with the hedge funds and accredited investors on the sidelines supposedly buying OTC at the market, at some point the supplies are going to get thin, and it's going to break. And it's going to break over to our markets, and it's going to break over to the exchanges, and we're going to start seeing these prices getting not only to the all-time highs of $20,000, but new all-time highs of $60,000 and beyond. As we get closer to that 2020 mark, and this digital currency is finding its way into more people's possessions and being utilized in an everyday case scenario due to the scaling that we have coming down the pipelines with Liquid and Lightning and everything else.
Norm says B Cash Fork is just Roger Ver getting cloned.
Well, I mean, code is law, and these people were not with us with Bitcoin. They kept saying that there was this alternative ideal, so they went and they forked off from us, and they all apparently weren't all together either. So just like Bitcoin has had, just like we were laughing a minute ago at Super Bitcoin that popped up on the chart when I was trying to look at the steam back dollar. We have a lot of fork, and it's just that they're laughable at this point. Well, I mean, this is their fork that's not quite as laughable. They do have, some people that are going along with it, just like we all like to laugh, because if this was a Craig Wright fork off of our Bitcoin, it would be another joke coin, just as we look at the Super Bitcoin. But, with Bitmain's Bitcoin Cash, it is not seen the same as Bitcoin. So a Craig Wright coin forking off of them has a little more lividity due to the fact of, they're not Bitcoin. And, no matter what has been said at different points in time, it is blatantly obvious at this point.
No, Norm says his son is the same age as Bitcoin. I mean, yes, I don't know.
We're getting to that point where there is going to be an entire generation who has never existed in a time
where there was
not this peer-to-peer digital currency that didn't rely on a third party, such as a centralized entity like the Federal Reserve or PayPal.
Oh, Crypto Shrugged Author is here. He says, good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us this evening, buddy. We're getting out here. We're talking a little bit about Bitcoin. We're talking a lot about, how this channel is going to be trying to make some big movements and change here. I know I keep coming back around to this one. I'm just excited. I think that, us getting out there and doing more than just making the YouTube videos is going to be a big plus for the channel. A lot of YouTube video guys, they dropped off when we got into the bear markets. Then the ones that stuck around, it seemed like they all kind of went to the green screens and, repeating the same news. And
the little clips and the memes and the yes.
So, it's nice to think that we're going to be able to break free and go in a different direction and not have to go get a green screen and start traveling down that avenue. But at the same time, they're trying to survive. They're trying to pay bills, and we're not doing that. We're still going to go work those 9 to 5s. And we're going to definitely do this much more as a nonprofit organization type of situation, where we're going to try to spread the word of Bitcoin through different music festivals and events that we can find around Florida and the southern Georgia area, since we're so close to the border. So what else we got going on, Samantha, with some news? I thought you were talking about this one earlier. You brought this one to my attention. You want to kick off this news story?
Is it the Bulgarians?
It is the Bulgarians.
I love it. So 2 Bulgarian officials apparently are blackmailing people for their papers, their passports and their stuff, all of it.
Yep. So we got 2 Bulgarian officials being arrested for passport fraud. Pretty much, they worked for the Bulgarian Citizens Abroad Board. So it's a situation of, I guess if you were overseas or whatever and you need to get your visas and stuff like that stamped, they were blackmailing them, and they were blackmailing them for Bitcoin. They were saying pretty much that, You had to give them about 5,000 euros in Bitcoin, or else they were going to slow up the process and add that bureaucratical red tape to the situation, so that you would be extending your stay and get in trouble, and all of this.
Yeah, that you wouldn't have like the documents that you need when people that want to see them want them.
I guess if you went ahead and you sent them the Bitcoin blackmail of 5,000 euros, they went ahead and speeded the process up, and you got your documents lickety split, no problem. They were saying that they were taking anywhere between 5 and 15 bribes a week since as early as July of 2017.
Yep, they said that's as like that was the most, like, the latest they could prove it. They were like, at least from that. So I mean, God knows. Oh, you gotta love it. I mean, I don't know. They had somebody else who was inside, like some director that was saying that they knew about the scheme, and then they had some dude who paid $5,000 like twice.
They're also saying that the police have went ahead and confiscated some cryptocurrency wallets from them. They didn't disclose amounts that were.
Oh yeah, but they said they could trace it, that it was part of the bribes.
Yeah, well, I mean, pseudo anonymity. It's Bitcoin is not as anonymous as the people originally thought it was. That's why privacy coins is one of the next big things coming down the pipeline, and something that investors are constantly looking to. We're trying to solve privacy on second tier solutions for Bitcoin, and also with like Brimstone through the wallets of Samurai and Daisy or Dandelion for solving it on chain. But these things are also a little bit further down the pipeline. But I mean, we're still early days. I mean, we've seen crypto daily. I keep coming back to this number of 0.2% is all of the population that holds more than $1 in their cryptocurrency wallets. It's such a small number to think that we're only 10 years in, and that this kind of adoption could take, I mean, they say this kind of adoption could take up to 50 years. So, I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily be around for that unless there's a lot of medical advances to be happening in the next 20 to 30 to prolong my life.
Oh, you will be around. You'll be around complaining about the price of milk.
Talking about how back in my day, Bitcoin was $6,000 and people thought it was too much.
Okay. Joshua Thomas Hanson says you will pump BTC by 2 cents for your EDC work. Hey, that would be amazing if we can make a visual change, okay, at all. I would take 2 cents.
It's not about changing Bitcoin or the price or getting a million people into it. It's about what Bitcoin is, and how every single person getting onboarded into Bitcoin is a plus. Because up until, we had Bitcoin, there wasn't a type of currency like this. There wasn't currency where it was peer-to-peer without a centralized system behind it. It allowed for money to be manipulated and to control you. So the more people we start onboarding into this, the better it'll be, because there won't be all of these. It's more than the government. It's more than the Federal Reserve. It's these corporations. It's everybody that has power over the creation of money and the supply and how money flows through the every single day life. They manipulate money, and they make money what it is, where nobody has enough. Nobody has enough money. I'm not yet to find the person who has enough money where everything is okay.
No, because even millionaires, and I mean, even people with money, they spend all the rest of their time making more money. I mean, it is a vicious cycle. It is never. I don't even have the expectation that every single person that takes our flyer is going to even like buy Bitcoin, like that it's even going. I just hope that everybody at least, like scans at least one of the QR codes and like learns more, like just learns more about it. Like, and it has to start somewhere. I mean, we have to get a mass adoption somehow. And how do you get to the masses? I mean, you go to the masses. The masses don't come to you.
I mean, it's such early days that it is, I don't know. I know that I'm not shooting for super high expectations, and we don't need to. We don't really need to, because it's not really that time for it. Right now, we just need to onboard the people that want to get on board for the fundamental reasons. You know, if just like how we just watched a lot of people get on board trying to think that they were going to get rich quick. Well, it didn't help. It didn't do us any good. It just watched the price of cryptocurrency shoot up. Looked like it brought a whole bunch of regulation in on the ICOs.
We just got a bunch of people complaining. Yes.
So, but we've also seen, you know, there's studies and all these other things that show that we don't need 50% of the people out there to be onboarded into cryptocurrency in order to get 100% adoption. You know, we only need 10, 15% of the people to really be diehard cryptocurrency people supporting the cause and believing in what cryptocurrency really is. I mean, that's what this whole next news article I had read. So we keep covering parts of it back and forth. And I mean, they talk about 10 reasons on why the world has changed and why we're looking at a new world since the birth of cryptocurrency, or since Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was the original one. 10 years ago, the white paper came out on Halloween. And the first one they talk about is that we can change money. Is that up until now, you know, people weren't even questioning money, you know, and that's true. I mean, before I got into Bitcoin, I never questioned what money was.
Benjamin just gave us a $10 super chat.
What? Thanks, Benjamin.
Benjamin said he's listening from work, and that you got a nice in-frame going.
Awesome.
He says the parasites have grown so taxing that people will continue to move into Bitcoin. Yes.
Yes, we caught part of his video the other day. You got to go follow Benjamin. I seen you're getting up there in subscribers, my man. That is a big plus over there. I seen you in your garage talking about how you were going to move out of your house and get rid of that unfavorable asset, or that favorable asset, to move into an unfavorable asset like Bitcoin. Sounded like very wise words to me, my man. Not that either one of us are giving financial advice to anybody. We're just out here trying to talk about how a working man makes a living, trying to figure out the future and take care of himself, and in my case, my family.
Continue.
Okay. So where were we? All right. So, you know, cryptocurrencies, it got me questioning what is a dollar, and I didn't know it wasn't backed by gold anymore. I mean, that's something they kind of taught you in school and then didn't teach you that it didn't happen.
Yeah, like they taught you how it happened. They didn't go, oh, but we stopped doing that like 70 years ago. Like what? Yes, they left that part out.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I guess I was still just a naive child about it. Was thinking there was Fort Knox somewhere and there was gold bullion cubes stacked to the
It's the stupid Die Hard movie, okay? It made you think that you could just go in there and grab some gold.
Oh, then they start talking about how it's the first digital currency. And with the digital currency, you actually own your own money in the sense that you are your own bank, you know, that you're in control of it, that you're holding it, that people can't seize it. I mean, some of these, it seem like they piggyback on each other and are the same thing. But the concept of digital cash means that you do hold your own money when you put it on a hardware wallet or, you know, whatever it may be, and you're holding your private keys, you've taken them offline. They also went on talking about time stamping and how it was the birth of blockchain, and how before this, you know, that the technology had been around for a long period of time.
I thought that was cool that it was in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go on talking about keys and locks and how private keys are the most secure way of being able to hold your cryptocurrency with its SHA-256 hashing, and that there is no better personal security than having it in the SHA-256 hash. But, you know, was it BitGo that they were saying is starting to do stuff with multi-signatures, and we need this because, you know, people can't remember these locks. You know, that's the problem. That's how we've lost a bunch of the cryptocurrency. You know, they talk about how there could be how many millions of Bitcoins that are locked up in wallets to never be retrieved ever again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Paul Rouleau says we don't need a green screen when we got what we got going on back here.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly what he said. I had to kind of cliff note because it scrolled upwards already. We have Paul Rouleau also saying Litecoin's deal with Facebook Messenger is another example of exposure.
Say it again.
That Litecoin's deal with Facebook Messenger is another exposure. Yes.
Yes. I mean, I was checking into the kin token thing. I didn't have it all figured out quite yet, so I didn't come out here talking about it yet, but I was seeing that there's quite a few apps now that you can actually earn the kin token on.
Yeah, that seems like, I don't know, yeah.
And with them being still such an early coin and, you know, something to look into, definitely. You know how I'm all for earning these cryptocurrencies, especially through the social media platforms and things like that. For some reason, I feel how these younger kids are thinking, and you know, they don't want to get off their phone. They don't want to get off of their social media. They really do believe that these things should be paying them and has value.
Oh God!
And there is marketing
Snapchat
and everything involved with it. So, I mean, if I can do it now and get a hold of these cryptocurrencies before they're really worth anything.
Oh, Renaissance Novice is here. He says, "Yo."
Nice. I seen that you watched my video yesterday too, buddy. I'm sorry, that was a horrible video. I was definitely dropped the ball on that one.
MS Bitty. It said, I bought BTC at $19, many of them, then thousands of Ethereum at 33 cents.
Ooh.
Look, just hodl and don't worry. And he says that our entire world will be changing and BTC will be a part of it. Yes.
It is.
Yes.
I mean, it's just what I've seen personally with my own eyes in the last 2 years, it's undeniable that cryptocurrency is going to be part of the future. It just, you know, there's just a lot of people that don't want to admit it. There's a lot of people that want to drag their feet on the situation, and it seems like the future is going to change regardless of whether or not some of these people want it to or not, you know, and it doesn't, there's going to be so many people in the world that it doesn't really matter if everybody really wants it to happen or not. It's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think there's enough of us that it is going to be a real hard sell to just.
I mean, as long as somebody is willing to accept this on the other side of the world and take
as long as there's anybody who's going to take it as a form of payment, there will be people who will be using it no matter what.
I mean, it's
forever.
Every time I look over at the charts and I see the hash rate and everybody mining and how they could barely be making any kind of a profit, but yet they're still running it. Why are they doing this? Because they believe, because they got faith, because it's undeniable. Like, you know what I mean? There is no wavering to them. They have so many millions of dollars invested in this stuff. They're sucking up so much electricity because they know what this stuff's going to be worth, even to just be able to keep that half of Bitcoin or whatever it is that they're able to keep that's not going up in electricity costs and having to go back to pay for all of the equipment that they probably had to take loans out to buy. You know, it's worth it.
Yeah. MS Pittman Eth says, take care, time to smoke. Wife divorced me due to BTC. I can buy both houses aside of her now, stupid broad. Oh my Lord, that's horrible. I mean, I don't know. I'm not one of those kind of people that fight about money, but that would be ridiculous to be fighting about Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, get divorced over it, and then, you know, pull up for the child support visitation in a Lambo.
I don't know. I mean, you know, I've told you guys a couple of times already that I keep thinking about Bitcoin and coffee and why am I out here doing this? Because I don't know. I have this boss and he keeps questioning me about it and saying, oh, you're smart. You should have more money than what you have. You should be doing better. And then I tell him about the show and what I'm doing. And it's just like, well, why are you doing that if all the money they're giving you is going to this EDC stuff and the money they give you, you spend on cameras and all of these other things. And it's like, it's more than that. It's, you know, it's about the big cause. It's about being out here to support the purpose, you know, and it's like the more I give to myself of this, it feels like the more that I'm going to end up getting back eventually in the end. It seems like, I don't know, Samantha, you got words for any of this? Well, I mean, because you're part of it now too. You're out here doing it. You're giving of yourself to the show. I mean, if you are hearing the naysayer talking to you saying, why are you going to go out to EDC, be the only person out there passing out these flyers that you pretty much, you know, went out and begged for money for on the internet, to be able to hand these little QR codes, which are the tools to get them started in Bitcoin.
I mean,
if you didn't know what cryptocurrency was and you didn't believe in it and you didn't have any faith, you sound a little, you know, woo.
Well, I'm fine with people thinking I'm wooed because, you know, whatever. I'm always woo. I get sideways looks all the time, all right? You know, when grown women are playing with stuffies and, you know, doing ridiculous stuff. But, I mean, I think that regardless if we were out here and if we were doing it, that it would still happen, that people would still eventually find out about Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, I know that we don't have a lot of like assets to give, but we can both talk We can talk to people. We are very pleasant. We are always, like, I've never had a conversation with a stranger and been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I even like opened my mouth. Like, what we have to give people is just our knowledge. And like, I think that's enough. I think that is something, whether your boss thinks so or not, or anyone else.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's just that, as the question keeps coming around, I just keep saying to myself, when you find a purpose, when you find a cause, you give as much of yourself as you can to it. And it's like, I'm excited. I'm really excited to go out there and be able to try to, stick the tools that you need to get people into Bitcoin, in their hand. That when they walk away from us with this flyer, hand one over. Let me show it first.
Oh, Andy Anderson is here now. He said that, hi, I almost missed out, but you didn't. Oh.
Right there, right? I mean, when we go out there and we're sticking this in people's hands, they are going to have the tools. They're walking away with everything they need to get themselves started in Bitcoin, right? I mean, there's a wallet. There's a Samurai wallet right here, the link for their app to get it on their phone. I mean, there's Coinbase. It's the easiest place to get Bitcoin, right? I mean, they'll be having Bitcoin within 48 hours if they want it, as soon as they get approved. Andreas Antonopoulos.
That man is very... Yes.
I mean, how can you not put that on there? And then Wikipedia's definition of what Bitcoin is, so that, I mean, if they start asking stuff right then and there and they want some non-biased opinion, I mean, they say not to use it for papers and research as a reference guide, but Wikipedia, man, I mean, everything got a wiki on it.
It does.
So, I mean...
I think it's...
money.
I love our flyer, but Oh, MS Bit Eats says, yes, that is the truth. Mike spends family funds on the Ponzi scheme called Bitcoin. First statement in our divorce papers. Wow. Wow. Oh, you'd like this. Then he goes on to say, she thought I only had two. I can't even do this. Blah, ha, ha, ha. The horrible, evil laugh. Eugene's very good. His goes, mwah, ha, ha, ha. Yes. Oh, thank you, Trezor. Yes, yes.
Oh, that would be interesting to be standing up in court and being like, no, Your Honor, I do not own any Bitcoin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What you're talking about.
She's crazy. All right. I don't know. She's been reading way too much of these articles on some CoinDesk. I don't know. All right.
Well, supposedly Bill Cosby is trying to stick all of his fortune into Bitcoin to hide it.
Well, yes. That would be the bad side of the Bitcoinness that everybody likes. But I mean, yes, if the man's going to jail and getting sued by everybody and their mother, like that he came in contact with,
as I possibly can, hodl it because I'm in jail, and then on the flip side, when I get out, you'll have more than you went in with.
I mean, that's just, yes. If I had to protect my money, I would definitely find a wallet that was very user friendly and go from there. Oh, Paul Rouleau says that is not a flyer; it's a work of art. Oh.
Thank you, buddy. Well, I mean, we'll be looking to do another one after this. I mean, I don't want to pump up the next one too much until we get through with this one. Like I was saying with the show, what we're going to be doing is, we're going to keep it steady. You're not going to be here Monday because we're off tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're off tomorrow. There won't be any show on Sunday. Monday will just be me. I'll have to try not to drop the ball on this one.
Andy Anderson is very nice and says, missed you the other day. See, I bet Eugene did okay without you.
No, I didn't. I went back. I seen that I forgot to plug in the internet wire and the video was horribly choppy. I definitely was just ranting and was lost in my own mind up there. I don't know what I was doing or saying. So I can provide better content than that, I'm sure. And then I seen that I only had like 32 views or something on it. Ooh. All right. But what are we looking at? Oh, you won't be here on Monday. We'll be here Tuesday, 7:45. We'll be here Monday, 7:45.
No, Wednesday. Well, whatever.
No show on Wednesday. We'll be here Thursday, 7:45. Friday is EDC. Going to be probably trying to see if we can't bring you 2 shows on Friday.
Oh, show the thingy.
And then, yeah. And then 2 shows on Saturday. We're going to do some photos. We'll post those to Steam. We'll upload. It's going to be a matter of getting internet access. I talked to my grandfather. We might be crashing at his place. If not, we're looking at a couple other different options. But we got this. Oh, hand me that.
That's thingy that goes with it. In case you don't know how to put on a wristband.
Boom. Right. And the wristband, yeah, they got their own QR codes on it.
I'm going to wear that thing until it rots off my hand.
MITS 1, 2-day pass. Sweet, right? I mean, I seen that there was going to be some big names heading there. There was going to be Base Nectar. There was
Cascade.
Yeah, Tezos. So, or Testios.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that's how you say it.
Mixed in there with it.
MS Bet asks, so final point. What are your thoughts? Is BT going to stay linear or what?
Yeah, I think that we're going to see sideways movement. I think that a lot of people are going to want to see sideways movement before the end of the year so that they could be looking at some kind of profits. Not very many people have actually made any real money this year in cryptocurrency, especially since it did take a little while at the beginning of the year for the price to decline before people could determine that the market was going to, be bottoming out and then moving flat. And then when it bottomed out, it seemed like people were expecting it to pop back up real soon, and it didn't. So I think we're going to continue some sideways movement. I think that it's going to take these investors a little while to get the market moving. I don't think that they're just going to take a road flare to some gasoline and set this stuff on fire. I think that this is going to definitely be a slightly controlled and manipulated situation because they don't necessarily want to take the gasoline and road flare to it. They're going to want to slowly introduce themselves into the market so that they can make the most money and control a large amount of this asset at the smallest amount of dollar cost averaging values on this. Because they do realize what it is. They've been wanting to get in here for a while. They understand what it's going to be. I mean, if we're looking at a future where everything's going towards decentralization and it's going to be tokenized and it's going to be a peer-to-peer situation where you don't necessarily have to have these third parties, they're going to try to find every way they can to intervene in this, and them having a control of a majority of the supply.
Oh, that weird yo-yo token ICO coin thing. That's the best one so far. The Indian, yes, the Indian giving coin.
Token.
Yes.
Yeah, Samantha is trying to coin the term yo-yo token for it because she thinks that's exactly what it's going to be.
That's just crazy. I could retrieve my funds at any time. I could just yoink. Sorry, I'm not feeling it anymore. I think you've lost your purpose.
But yeah, I think as we move into 2019, I think that it's going to have to start trickling upwards. I think it might be a slow road up to 10,000. And then I think on the other side of 10,000, I think there'll be some hype involved with it. But by then, I'm thinking that we're going to be looking towards the mid part of 2019. But this is just my speculation. This is just Eugene Forrest, the crazy guy in the woods who probably throws too much money into Bitcoin.
Bitcoin and birds.
Bitcoin and birds.
I mean, I think that once we start I think it's going to be a snowball effect either way. I think if the price really starts dropping, we woke up tomorrow and it was $1,000 less, I think sadly mass hysteria would make it go down more. And I think if we get up to 2,000 or 3,000 more than what we normally are, I think everybody will try to freak out and push it up higher anyways.
So you think any movement in the market more than $1,000 is going to create too much hype in that direction?
I think that everybody is sitting on their freaking hands, staring at the button, just waiting. I know that. It's the
crypto Cold Wars.
There's quite a lot that have bought at 20,000 and are waiting to. Yeah, they're just waiting.
It does feel a little bit like some of the crypto Cold Wars are happening. It does seem like people just want this price to break out one way or the other so they can start trying to make money on it, either through shorts or selling off what they got.
Oh, MS Bet Eats says, so much in our future. We just need to be patient. And one morning we will wake up and see the price start rising and not stop.
I know it was euphoric last year that the price went up so fast. It was disappointing this year to have to realize that we came to a bear market. And now as the price consolidates, it's like we've learned to make some acceptance with it. But, that's one of the things I keep trying to want to talk about is to move away from this price to get back towards the fact that we're here for the cause. You know, we're here for the reason. We're here to support this digital currency that's peer-to-peer transactions. We're here to talk about how there's no third party, how those are the risks in the situation, and removing the third parties removes the risk. How, you know, there is only 21 million Bitcoin, which has never happened before. We've never had a deflationary currency. You know, whatever currency it's ever been, the governments, the king, the whoever just printed off more, you know, paper, more gold coins, more whatever they were, tokens.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard argument when you like hear like you know, Adam Meister and Francis and the guy from the Monkey Exchange and stuff, the Venezuelan guy. That, I mean, when they literally say, go ask a South, you know, African or a Venezuelan what the price, they don't care what the price of Bitcoin is, because it's going to be more than their dollar, and they're going to be able to actually get more from it. So, I mean, it is kind of like we're stuck in our own heads worrying about the price, because right now, I mean, regardless of the price, it is functional and people are using it. They are using it in other countries where their money is just gone. It's nothing.
We don't need mass adoption. We just need adoption from the people that need it. And that's what's going to make the difference, is the more people and the more countries, as they break down, come into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a means to getting to a stable currency. The more overall adoption it'll lead to, the better it'll lead to the price. The more stable it'll break the price, because it'll be a currency. It'll be a currency of all these countries that have failed.
I mean, it's not working the way it is. It has, I mean, and the only thing I come back to is Bitcoin. I mean, just like how we're reading about the JP Morgan is like all up in Ethereum, saying that it's, you know, the most functioning, awesome thing in the world. And it's like, well,
yeah,
I don't know.
He was the one who was trying to spread FUD at the peak there to suppress the price of Bitcoin, because Ethereum wasn't gaining.
Yep. And it's just, I mean, I don't know. We need it. We really do.
The ideal of putting a computer in charge is never what people want to hear or think of it, but ultimately when you start putting, you know,
yes, thanks to the Terminator.
You know, yeah, but when you start putting blockchain and this and nodes and ASICs machines out there in charge of this, you stop some of the inequalities that happen. Like, you don't have to have ID to get a Bitcoin wallet. You, in some Middle Eastern countries, you can't get a wallet, or you can't open a bank account if you're a woman. You know, some places you're discriminated against based on whatever they're discriminating against. There is no discrimination. Bitcoin is not going to look at you and judge you in any way whatsoever, because that's not what code does.
Yeah. It doesn't actually care what you're using it for. It just is being used.
Right. So what time we got out there, Samantha?
Oh, 48 minutes.
So do you guys got anything more you guys want to talk about? Do you guys got any questions? Like I was saying. Ooh,
oh, P. Murphy is here now. He says, hi, y'all. Hope you're doing well. We are.
Yeah, we're taking it easy out here this evening. We've been enjoying the weekend and this crisp weather, getting some work done around the house, organizing the bedroom again today, trying to take care of the clothes in the closet, pull up the warm clothes and put the summer clothes away.
There's only 3 of us, and somehow there's so much clothes.
It's you and all those sweaters, Samantha.
Whatever. Whatever.
But okay, so what I was getting to is on the post side of EDC, November 9th and 10th, as we're looking at the following week, the times might be a little wishy-washy that week. We're going to try our best to get out here and give you a show as often as we can that week. And then on the following week, we might be taking the week off. Well, Samantha, hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody starts up her new job, and we'll be trying to figure out what the best times are. I want to see about getting maybe a later show in the mix besides the weekend show, because I know you guys out in California appreciate these later shows. We lost some followers when we went to the early mornings. I don't know. I'm going to see to do what I can do to make everybody happy in the overall. We might have some pre-records. We might have some lives. We might have some with Samantha. I've been asking my kid if he wants to read the chat, but he's been giving me some nays. But
I don't know. We're going to try to switch it up. We're going to try to, I don't know. We feel like we, need to break out a little bit, get out of the comfort zone.
As we're starting this, grassroots movements of actually getting out there and spreading the word of Bitcoin, we're looking at doing the Forbidden Kingdom after this. So as soon as tickets go on sale for that, we'll know the price and we'll be able to put up a tally fund to start trying to raise money for that. And we're going to see if we can't get someone or other people to join us passing out flyers, because we will be looking at that one. Won't be happening until February.
Yeah.
So that'll be, enough time to get some more people in on this. After we've done the first one, we'll do the second one. We'll do a better job. We'll get some more marketing going on the whole situation. Maybe I can get some more viewers going on a poll when I go to create the flyer, what we should put on it, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, we'll be adding more to the channel on that kind of an aspect of what we're actually doing towards this, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin marketing that we're going to be trying to get out there and do while we continue to fundraise for all of this, because it is going to cost money. That is the downside of this, is that we will have to constantly be fundraising for this.
Yes, once you leave your house, it costs money.
Dollar cost average this. We're not looking to do anything super expensive like the Ultra. We looked at Ultra. That's way too much money to be asking for. Those tickets are $1,000 a piece.
That was just ridiculous.
Yeah. I thought that these EDC tickets were quite a bit at $200, but
yeah, so did I. But it's like, oh, I don't know. It is 2 days, and but oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, 3 days does not equal 1,000. No.
Yes. I don't know. I think it'll do some good things for the shows, especially when you start comparing it to some of the other shows that still just continue to get out there and just talk about Bitcoin. We're going to do a little more than just talk. We're going to,
Yeah, we could possibly make asses out of ourselves in public.
in public. Video evidence of it for you guys.
Yeah, man. Everybody likes a blooper show. Come on.
You got anything over there on the chat, Samantha?
We have Renaissance Novice saying, did y'all hear about Gab's payment processor dropping them?
Mm-mm.
They should go crypto only. Worked for WikiLeaks. And MS BitEth says, not sure what Gab is. I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is either.
Oh, and then he asked, where is he broadcasting from? What, here? We're in Florida, North Florida.
Yep. Between St. Augustine and Gainesville.
Yep. In the middle of the woods.
We are in the middle of the woods, that's for sure.
Yep. So, just in the middle of the woods, pretty much.
Clocks turn back tomorrow. So that's definitely going to make the show when I go to do it Monday in the morning pretty interesting. We might be in the dark for sure.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing is, yes, because, we're barely getting it. It's like 10 minutes before the sun is rising. Oh, there's a cat in our yard, you bastard. Sorry. Yes. No. With this many birds, cats are not okay. Look, he's looking. He's all like, what is there to eat?
Okay,
Oh, MS BitEat says, oh, Florida. And then he says, with turkeys. Very jealous. Yes, we love our turkey.
I know. I'm looking at trying to go to a farm auction on the 17th and maybe go get some more turkeys. I don't know. We
need some girl turkeys.
I wanted to wait till February, but I'm not sure because we only have the one now that the other one is passed, and it's saddening. I seen a bunch of female turkeys on the side of the highway the other day.
Like wild turkeys.
I was like, oh, we really need to get some. And then my friend at the kennel was telling me how there's a farm auction and they should definitely have some at this time of year.
The peacock is about to start honking. He is not happy.
All right. So that's about all we got for an episode today for Bitcoin and Coffee. I do appreciate you guys coming out here and joining us for our weekend episode. As always, please subscribe, share, hit the notification bell and all of that good stuff so that you guys will know when we're doing our live shows, especially with these ones coming up for EDC. I don't know what time they're going to be. I can't say that for sure. We're just going to get out there and do what we do and turn on the camera when we can turn on the camera and take a lot of pictures. There'll probably be some videos that we're going to pre-record and I'll upload when I get a chance to the internet. Maybe we'll let some go across the week as I can edit them together. I've never done that before, so I don't know how well that one's going to go. That'll be a new experience for all of us.
YouTube is amazing, though. You just watch videos. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
What else? It's going to be great, right, Samantha? This is going to be exciting for sure. We're going to have to maybe get out here and do a little bit more promoting right before we do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah, I keep saying do it, but get out there and pass out flyers. We might do some promoting and try to support it on Twitter a little bit. Maybe make a couple short videos, test out the camera. So if you guys see some short
like
stuff,
yeah, little baby live streams or something,
right, so
you never know.
Some live streams, it's us testing out the phone, pop in, check, chat, all that good stuff. But as always, I'll see you Monday at 7:45 in the morning. Right, Samantha?
Yeah.
All right. Follow us on all of our social media platforms we got going on. Don't forget to give them a thumbs up and a like. It's one of the best things you can do to help out the channel. Unless you got that extra cryptocurrency, because I got those donational addresses down below. Every little bit goes to help the channel. And of course, keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.